Hey everyone, Tom here from Bizarro's Pieces, and I'm back today with M.A.S.K collector Rob, who's going to be showcasing some of his favourite pieces from his collection. How you doing, mate?
Not bad, thanks.
Welcome back, and thanks for doing a second video for us.
Cool.
As you guys can see, we've got some bits in the background. We've got a couple of nice Boulder Hill play sets here. Talk us through some of the bits you got here, mate.
Pretty much these are my favourite pieces. Pretty much what I first collected when I was a young lad many moons ago. The one I always wanted, first of all, was the Hurricane. It actually had two names. Night Stalker, but they thought it was a bit too violent, so they renamed it just Hurricane. It's just the figure, the outfit, Hondo, you know, brilliant design in my own opinion. Some of you might disagree and think it's a load of crap, but I love it. Absolutely love it. Brilliant with his Blaster 2 mask. Hurricane itself, just the whole Chevy thing. I'm quite a big fan of old, muscly looking cars, hence the Camaro. But Hurricane really done it for me with the flames on it. Transformation as well, just pretty much there's nothing left on the vehicle to transform, you know.
Do you want to give the guys a quick thing, and I'll do a little zoom in, go on that.
Basically, you turn the turret, or the window section, and the bottom drops down. Lift that up, and that pops the blaster. And then you've got two pins on the top. Obviously a lot of you know this already, but we're just updating you with all the info.
Not everyone will do, to be honest with you. Like, some people don't know about M.A.S.K.
Wonder why they're there, but there's two pins. Obviously, you stand your man on there to control the top guns. You've got two front lasers here that pull out, and a little shield there. And then obviously you pull the bumper down and the wheel fires out. So there's a lot of armoury on this vehicle alone. So, but yeah, one of my favourites. Absolutely loved it.
Okay, that one's pretty neat. So what about this one here? What one's this one here?
This is Condor. If you ask anyone that doesn't remember M.A.S.K, they're like, "Whoa, Jim Carrey film?" No, in the 80s. Obviously armoured vehicles, etc. If you describe, oh, do you remember the green bike that turned into a helicopter? That's the one they'll always, oh yeah, and then you had the big truck, and then it all comes back to them. So this one's a good reminder of something they've forgotten about back in the day, of obviously their childhood, or something they used to collect, which has totally gone from memory. But yeah, Condor, another favourite. Just a simple transformation, straight up at the back, blades unclip, there's little knobbly bits on there that the blades clip onto, and lift that up, put the step in. Obviously the man goes in there and off he goes. You know, you've got a little blaster there, you've got a couple of little ray gun type things underneath there. So you're pretty armoured up for a motorbike stroke helicopter. Yeah, that one always had a little place in my eyeball for that one.
Even this one, I know what this one is, obviously Thunderhawk.
The good old Thunderhawk, yeah. Probably trademark of the M.A.S.K vehicles, as well as probably Condor. These two, probably Rhino as well, and Switchblade. They're probably the four main ones, and a few others that, you know, are still there with it, like, you know, Piranha, for example. They're sort of like the big bad boys in terms of remembering. Thing I loved about Thunderhawk, same with that one, was the muscle car side of it. It's not massive in terms of chunky wheel arches and things like that and everything, but it was just a smart looking, you know, vehicle. You know, the lights all inside, you know, unlike what we got today, it's all smooth, you know. But this one, just one transformation, bang, slide these out, and then there you have it, you know. But you've
pretty simple, that one, yeah.
Two bombs underneath by pushing in.
Now the bombs are always missing, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, luckily I've managed to, you know,
you've got a few. How many Thunderhawks you got?
Probably about 8.
How many boxed?
3. 3. Two of them, I don't know if any of you guys are aware of this, but 2 have got clear lights instead of your pink or your orange. But look out for them, they're quite rare. But other than that, most of mine have got both bombs and obviously the Met Tracker figure. Yeah, happy with them. They're my main.
They're your main three, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a few carded figures here as well, all unpunched as well. I've noticed.
Yeah, I do go for unpunched ones, and I do go for permanently sealed. But whatever if I ever find any, I'll just take them whatever condition they are. But if I find them in great condition, then obviously it adds obviously to the value of the collection one day. Plus, I'm happy because I've got more and more masks
that no one else has got.
Exactly, yeah.
So you got T-Bob and Scott Tracker here. I'm just gonna do a little zoom in on there for you. That's quite a clean card, that is.
It is flat. Very
flat, yeah. So have these, how long have you had some of these? Is there any from your childhood still?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's quite a lot of it. My mum pretty much kept hold of for me, obviously when I grew up and moved out, etc. But Hurricane, I don't think this is the actual one from my childhood. The one from my childhood is probably in a box somewhere. It's its own box. But
so you have still got some box ones as well from childhood,
yeah, from way back in the day. I mean, probably the most mintiest example I have is a Condor, no flap on the box. It's factory fresh. It's just gleaming, unopened. Never been touched by a human hand, obviously, apart from on the production line. But yeah, that's probably my most mintiest example on these. But I do have more figures. I mean, stacks of them.
We was talking a little while ago about the two Boulder Hills. You said they're two variants, are they?
Yeah, I believe this one is the the overseas version because it displays obviously compared to the other box more detail in the transformation and the artwork. You've got the two figures advertised here, comic book and poster included. Nice big letters. Here it's just basic, just shows you the garage in transformation mode and then just what it is normally.
So is that the UK version? Or?
This one I believe is the UK version and this one is the overseas version, so I'm quite happy to pretty much own two of them. But like I say, if I find another one day knocking around, I'll buy it. Cool.
Well, look, it's been good looking at some of your collection. One thing I want to ask you, what is your ultimate favourite piece, boxed, loose? These are your three favourites, but have you got a favourite box?
Firecracker has to be probably my all-time favourite in terms. It's just the nuts. It just looks brilliant. I could show you one actually. 2 seconds.
Firecracker.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about this one.
Probably a favourite for a lot of kids because they like pickups and big trucks and that sort of thing. But it was just always on my mind when I was a child when I didn't have it. I used to dream about having it. My mum, just for some reason, just never bought me this one. But I keep it quite well looked after.
It's got Toys R Us stickers on it, that one.
Yeah. From back in the day. There's your Hondo McLean. A lot of you will probably know and have this, or a lot of you will not. But I've seen it. There's your Hondo. I do have a variant mask to that as well, without the shoulder pieces, but we'll explain, obviously what the crack was with the difference in the earlier masks to the later ones for health and safety reasons. But I do like to keep him well looked after. There's your firecracker. That seems to be having issues locking on there, but that usually locks on there.
It's got a little motorbike on the back there as well. Yeah.
You can detach that as well. Obviously, off he pops, so you can escape on that, etc. That actually lifts up, goes down, but simple transformation. 2 levers underneath, well, 1, sorry. Just pull that, and there it is.
Good stuff,
but he's got guns everywhere. He's got these here fire beams to confuse the enemy. You've got 2 cannons underneath, etc., and 2 at the front. I'll give you a little look at that.
It's pretty cool, that one, isn't it?
It's the orange goes really well with it as well. So, but what you find with a lot of these, if you ever find them, they've got these bumpers that come apart, and the silver comes off, and the cannons from underneath.
Snap and stuff, do they? Yeah.
Well, they can either snap or because they can be pulled off. You know, sometimes I've even found them with the front missing, which is quite disheartening. You know, but those roll bars are always quite solid on them. It's a mission to get them out because I think they're clicked in from underneath. But yeah, Firecracker, if anyone remembers it, is a bit of a favourite.
Good stuff. Colourful, very colourful, all of them, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. I think they've done that to stand out. I mean, in terms of like Thunderhawk with the yellow, lightning bolts, flames. You know, they wanted them to hit you in the face and obviously they wanted to make money to sell them and we wanted to collect them because it's what we saw in the cartoons and I wanted them.
Good stuff. Well, look, we said as well we're going to do try do a second video because this is literally just a fragment of what Rob has. So we were just going to talk about some of his favourites, do little mini reviews on some of the toys themselves, and obviously Rob's been showing you how some of them work. I know there's quite a lot of M.A.S.K collectors that follow me on Instagram and Facebook and that, so I'm sure they'll be intrigued to see this video and the next. But thanks again, Rob, for bringing it all out and showing us your boys' toys.
Many more where this came from.
Yeah, and we'll do a second video, part 2, showcasing some more pieces. Make sure you subscribe, give us a like, put some comments in the box below, and remember you can catch me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Until next time guys, thanks for watching and see you soon.
See you later.